Hello everybody, my name's Kristina and we're gonna do some yoga today. So go ahead, grab some space. You can grab a mat or a towel if you'd like to put it underneath you or do it right on the floor at home. We're gonna go ahead and get started in child's pose today. We're gonna bring those knees out wide, toes come into touch. Reach the arms forward and fall into this space. As we come here, we're pushing the heels and the hips closer together. Roll those shoulders back, pulling the shoulder blades together behind the body. Maybe bring hands up onto fingertips. Roll those shoulders back one more time. And find the breath. Breathing nice and deep and even. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. You can drop those hands back towards the mat, reach the fingers out long. Calming the mind and body for practice. Settling ourselves against the ground. Centering our mind on practice. As we're ready, we'll go ahead and bring ourselves up, tabletop position, placing wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, arch through the spine, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we push the ground away and pull the tailbone in towards us. Inhale, drop that belly, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, opposite. Repeating just a few more times here, alternating as we warm through the spine, preparing for practice. After our next exhale, we'll find a nice neutral spine. Reaching long with the left foot and the right arm, we find a balance. Exhale, draw the knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend, warming up that core, flex through the foot. Exhale, draw it in. Let's find one more. Finding our center after round 3. We'll switch right leg, left arm, and pull it in. Finding a little bit of an arch in that back as we contract the core and pull ourselves in. Last one on this side. Dropping to center. Let's find a few more cat-cow, lowering the spine in the center. And then exhale, arching through the back. Seeing if we can find just a little bit more range of motion than the last time we were in this movement. Let's take one more round each way. As we're ready, we'll extend our upper body, tucking the toes, finding plank, and then exhale, send those hips up, downward facing dog. We can pedal through either foot here, alternating side to side. Stretching through the hamstrings and calves. Once we're nice and warm in that area, we can find our weight in the center, look forward, bring feet to hands, forward fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbow, swaying side to side, allowing the body to be heavy. Finding space in the hamstrings, maybe the low back. When we're ready, find our weight in the center, release hands towards the mat. We'll inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift half high. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms rise up tall overhead. Exhale, hands come to the side in mountain pose. Take this moment, close the eyes. Place one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. We'll feel that breath. Drawing the inhale in through the nose. and then out through the nose. Sipping air in, and then expanding the chest, and lastly the belly. And then on the exhale, belly falls, chest comes in, and air slips out of the nose. As we're ready, hands come down by the sides. Make sure that those heels are underneath the hips. Roll those shoulders back, standing up nice and tall. And continue to feel those nice even breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. On our inhale breath, we'll raise arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, open the chest, forward fold. Inhaling, half high, roll those shoulders back, chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands, step it back, plank pose. Coming forward, knees or tiptoes, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Replacing elbows underneath the shoulders, we'll push it up, Sphinx pose. As we're here, we want to push the hips forward into the mat. And then put some weight in those elbows as we roll the shoulders back to lift the chest, stretching through front body. Exhale, release the upper body, replacing hands underneath the shoulders. We'll push ourselves up, tabletop position. From here, we'll find a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. Finding our spine in the center as we continue to warm the body. After our next exhale, we'll find a nice neutral spine, extending the arms and then the legs. Hips up, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal out the feet. Stretch through back body. As we're ready, we'll find weight in the center. Push the heels down towards the mat. Roll those shoulders away from the ears, giving ourselves more space in this posture. We look forward between the hands, step it up, forward fold. Finding our weight in the center, or maybe swaying side to side if that feels good for our practice. As we're ready, we find that weight in the center, hands reach long. Inhale, half high. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms rise. Finding our nice tall posture. Exhale, hands come to the side, mountain pose. Roll those shoulders back, nice proud chest. Feet come underneath the hips. Close the eyes and feel the breath. Inhale, arms rise. We'll tuck right foot behind, reach long, arching the body. Like we're in a nice crescent moon shape. Maybe we push both heels down towards the mat. Inhale, over center, reach long, other way. We'll tuck that opposite foot behind, reach long. We can pull over with the opposite hand, maybe pushing our gaze towards the mat to help us balance. Inhaling long, over center. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands, step, or hop it back, plank pose. Coming forward, knees or tiptoes, we'll lower halfway down this time. Inhale, push it up, upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, downward facing. Walk those feet if it feels good, or we can hang out in the center. When we're ready, feet are about hip width distance apart. Let's come up onto those tiptoes. Bend into the knees and stick the butt out behind us. And then re-lengthen through the legs. See if that gives us a little more space. Looking forward, we'll bring it up, feet between the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, half high, reach long with the crown of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise up nice and tall. Exhale, hands come to the side, mountain pose. Close the eyes, find the breath. As we start to flow, the pace of our breath will get faster. And as we come to mountain pose, we can slow it back down and regain control. On the inhale breath, arms reach long. Tuck one leg behind, we'll reach over nice and long. Finding just a little bit more space than the last time we were here. Inhaling over center. Exhale, we'll take it the opposite direction. Inhaling long over center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling half high. Exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands, step, step, or hop plank pose. Knees or tiptoes, we lower halfway, elbows stay close. Inhale, push it up at upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, downward facing. This time we're gonna hang out in our down dog, placing left foot in the center. Inhale, right foot lifts. Flex that foot at the top, pushing the heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw that knee towards the chest, planting the foot between the hands. We'll keep all 10 toes pointing towards the front. Inhale, we rise, Anjaneyasana. See if we can sink just a little lower into those hips, pushing the left heel back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears as we stand tall. On our next exhale, we fold, planting the hands, framing right foot. Send it back, three-legged dog. Growing up nice and tall. Exhale, this time we plant the foot outside the right hand. Keeping those hands planted, see if we can push the hips just a little bit deeper into this posture. Keep right knee close to right arm, kissing the knee and tricep together. From here, balance challenge, we can reach those arms out in front and maybe come to stand in our off-centered Anjaneyasana. Find the breath in this still posture. On the exhale, hands come to plant in the center. Send that foot back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it through. We're gonna bring it towards the left hand this time and drop in for pigeon pose. Right knee is in front of right hip. We wanna keep the hips over center. Maybe that outside hip comes to the mat, maybe it doesn't. We can hinge in here, stretching through that outer hip. Maybe coming onto elbows or resting the forehead down. As we're ready, press the upper body back up, tuck those left toes under, send it back, three-legged dog, and return the right foot to center, downward facing. Placing that right foot in the middle, we're gonna inhale, left foot lifts. Push that foot high towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull it through between the hands in the center. We'll rise up, Anjaneyasana. Lower the shoulders away from the ears as we sink into the posture, trying to have a 90-degree angle in that front knee. Exhale, we fold, framing left foot. Send it back, downward facing dog, pushing heel high towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull it outside of left hand. Nice and wide here. See if we can sink into those hips while keeping that back leg strong and straight, firming through the thigh. Balance challenge, we lift those arms. And then maybe we come to stand. Offset Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant those hands. Send it back, three-legged dog. This time, pull it towards that right hand, drop the knee, pigeon pose. Find ourselves in the center, maybe folding in, relaxing around that outer hip, making sure that left knee is directly in front of left hip. As we're ready, we'll lift the chest, tuck the back toes under, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, drop that foot to the center, downward facing dog. We'll look forward, bring it feet to hands, forward fold. Feeling the weight on both feet equally, we'll inhale, half high. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms rise overhead. Exhale, hands come to the side, mountain pose, our check-in spot. Close the eyes, find the breath. Taking a few deep breaths here to recenter. When we're ready, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, open the chest, swan dive, forward, forward, fold. Inhaling, half high. Exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands, step, step, or hop it back, plank pose. Knees or tiptoes, we lower halfway. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, send it back. Finding ourselves in downward facing dog. Moving the left foot towards the center, we inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, pull it through between the hands. Let's drop the left knee this time. Inhale, rise up, push the weight of the upper body into the hips. Keeping right knee over right ankle. Maybe moving that foot if we need to. Exhale, hips back, hamstring stretch here, pulling right toes back towards the knee. Leading with the chest towards the thigh. So we need to roll those shoulders back to keep a nice long spine. Let's walk those hands forward, framing the foot, bending into the knee. Left knee tucks and we straighten. Let's rise all the way up, Anjaneyasana. Revisiting this posture. Exhale, open the chest and the arms, warrior two. Right hand flips up, we'll bring it back, reverse warrior. Exhale, flip it all the way around, side angle pose. Reaching long all the way from left ankle to left fingertips. Drawing ourselves back up to warrior two. Bring everything towards the front to refine Anjaneyasana. Exhale down to frame the foot. We'll send it back, three-legged dog. Drop right foot in the center, downward facing. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, pull it through. We'll drop back knee this time. Inhale, rise up. Pushing into those hips. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Hamstring stretch, hips back. Got ahead of myself. Pulling those toes towards the knees, we can stretch the calf in this posture as well. Bending into that knee, we push it forward, tucking those toes under, straightening back leg. Rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open warrior two. Flip that backhand, bring it back, reverse warrior, working in the same plane. Exhale all the way around. Bringing ourselves up, warrior two. And turning ourselves to face the front, Anjaneyasana. Dropping those hands to frame the foot, we'll send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, drop it in the center, downward facing dog. Looking forward, we'll walk feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the side, mountain pose. Standing tall and as still as a mountain. Close the eyes and find the breath. One more time, inhale, arms rise, lift tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half high. Exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands, bring it back, plank pose. We know this flow well. Repeat, coming forward, knees or toes, lower halfway. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, send it back. Walking through the feet if we'd like. Dropping those heels in the center. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, pull it through. This time we'll come right into Anjaneyasana, lift those hands, and then drop the back heel down to find warrior one. Exhale, open, we find warrior two, keeping the gaze over the front hand. Right hand flips, we bring it back, reverse warrior. Exhale all the way around, side angle pose. Keeping that right hand towards the ground, let's straighten through right leg. Left hand goes overhead, triangle pose. From here, drop the chest to frame the foot. Pulling right hip back, left hip forward, we find pyramid pose here. Stretching through that hamstring a little more intensely than we did with our knee down. Bending into that knee, we'll allow the back heel to lift. We'll send right foot back, three-legged dog. Exhale, drop it down. Repeating on the other side, we'll lift left leg. Exhale, pull it through. Standing tall, find Anjaneyasana. Dropping that back heel, warrior one. Open the arms and chest. Left hand flips, we'll bring it back. Reverse warrior. Exhaling all the way around, side angle pose. Straightening through that left knee. Right arm goes overhead, triangle. We can turn our heads to the ceiling if that feels all right for the neck. And then drop that right hand, square the chest, pyramid pose. We want to try and square the hips towards the front of our space. Pulling left hip back, right hip forward. When we're ready, bend into that left knee. Send it back, three-legged dog. Drop the foot in the center, downward facing dog. Hopefully a little more space in this posture than when we started practice. As we're ready, let's look forward, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, hands come to the side. Mountain pose. Close the eyes, find the breath. Slowing it down here after our movement. Inhaling, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half high. Exhale, release, reach long, hang out here. We can grab opposite elbows, finding just a little bit more space in back body now that we're nice and warm. Centering our weight, reach those hands long. Inhale, half high. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms rise over center. Exhale, hands come to the side, close the eyes, find the breath. Maybe just a little slower than the last time we were here. On our next inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half high, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, reach long. Hang out here, maybe we ragdoll, allowing the hands to float towards the ground. If they aren't already, reach those arms long, roll the shoulders back, half high. Exhale, release. One more time, bring it up nice and tall. Hands come to the side, mountain pose. Longest breaths here, maybe as long as they were at the beginning of practice. As we're ready, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half high. Exhale, this time bend those knees, coming down into tabletop position. We'll inhale, drop that belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round in. Following your own speed of breath here, doing what feels best for your body. As we're ready, we'll go ahead and bring those knees out wide, toes come into touch, returning to child's pose, how we began practice today. Taking a few final deep breaths here. Roll those shoulders back, bringing the shoulder blades together and shoulders away from the ears. Fingers are spread nice and wide here, and maybe we allow the elbows to drop towards the mat. Hips relax towards the heels. As we're ready, we can go ahead and make our way towards our backs for shavasana, our final resting pose. We may remain there as long as we feel the need, but for now, that is the end of our practice. Thank you for joining me. My name is Kristina, and namaste.